Imagine if Ant-Man had a sidekick in the animal kingdom. It would be the Pygmy Marmoset. These little guys are like the superhero team of the rainforest, packing in more charm and surprises than you'd think possible for such a tiny package. Buckle up because we're diving into the whimsical world of pygmy marmosets. First off, let's talk size. Pygmy marmosets are the world's smallest monkeys, weighing just about 4 ounces, less than your average smartphone. Picture this. Ant-Man himself might have to squint to spot these monkeys in the wild. They're so small they could practically fit in a cup holder. It's like nature's little magic trick, tiny but mighty. And here's where it gets even cooler. Pygmy marmosets have a head-spinning party trick that rivals Ant-Man's shrinking abilities. These little guys can rotate their heads 180 degrees. That's right, just like an owl. It's their way of saying, I've got eyes in the back of my head, literally. Now, let's talk about their enclosure. A pygmy marmoset enclosure needs to be a spacious, vertically oriented habitat that mimics the animal's natural rainforest environment. The enclosure should be at least 6 feet tall and 3 feet wide, with a strong emphasis on vertical space. It requires a complex network of thin, sturdy branches, ropes, and platforms at various heights to allow for the marmoset's exceptional climbing and leaping abilities. The mesh or wire of the enclosure must have very small openings to prevent escape, as these tiny primates can squeeze through remarkably small spaces. Speaking of small spaces, do you know why our pygmy marmosets are known as ear picker monkeys? Keep watching because later in the video we will reveal the surprising answer. Next, environmental enrichment is crucial, including hollow logs for hiding, swings, and a variety of textures to climb on. The habitat should incorporate multiple feeding stations at different heights to encourage natural foraging behaviors. Maintaining proper humidity is essential, so a misting system or small water feature is often included. Temperature control is also vital, keeping the environment warm around 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. While this specialized enclosure can provide for many of the pygmy marmosets' needs, it's important to note that fully replicating their natural habitat and social structures is extremely challenging in captivity. To mimic a pygmy marmoset's wild diet in captivity, you'd need to get creative with their miniature meals. The cornerstone of their diet, making up about 70% of what they eat, would be tree sap. Since you can't exactly tap a rainforest tree in your living room, specially formulated gum arabic or tree sap substitutes are used to replicate this crucial component. For the remaining 30%, offer a variety of insects like crickets and mealworms. Think of it as their protein shake, along with small portions of fruits and vegetables cut into tiny marmoset-sized bites. Nectar can be simulated with diluted honey or specialized nectar substitutes. To keep your petite primate engaged, present these foods in puzzle feeders or smear sap substitutes on branches in their enclosure, encouraging their natural foraging behaviors. Remember, portion control is key. These tiny diners only need about a tablespoon of food per day, served in multiple small meals to keep them happily munching throughout their active hours. When it comes to communication, pygmy marmosets are basically speaking in secret code. They use high-pitched whistles that are totally inaudible to our human ears. It's like they've got their own covert language, perfect for planning their next big adventure without anyone overhearing. Imagine them huddling together, whispering top-secret plans while the rest of us are clueless. Pygmy marmosets, as highly social creatures, need to be kept in pairs or small family groups when in captivity. This requirement stems from their natural social structure in the wild, where they live in close-knit family units. In their natural habitat, pygmy marmosets often give birth to twins, an impressive 67% of the time, which is the highest rate among all primates. This tendency for multiple births underscores their deeply ingrained social nature. Keeping them in pairs or groups is crucial for their mental and emotional well-being. A solitary pygmy marmoset can become stressed, depressed, and may even develop behavioral issues. In pairs, they engage in mutual grooming, play, and vocalizations that are essential for their psychological health. They also cooperate in rearing offspring, with males often carrying and caring for the infants. This social dynamic is not just a preference but a necessity for these tiny primates. It allows them to express natural behaviors, provides companionship, and helps maintain the complex social skills they've evolved. While their small size might make them seem like low-maintenance pets, their need for companionship makes caring for them a significant commitment, requiring owners to essentially provide for a small primate family rather than a single animal. Now, here's where the pygmy marmosets get their quirky nickname. You've probably heard them called ear picker monkeys, and there's a hilarious reason why. These little guys have a peculiar habit of cleaning each other's ears and then, get this, eating the earwax. It might sound gross, but they do it for the salt content. So if you ever see one of these monkeys sticking its tiny finger in someone's ear, just know it's not as weird as it seems. It's just their way of snacking on the go. And here's another fun fact. Pygmy marmosets have a superpower that even Ant-Man might envy. Their fur can change color and pattern to blend in with tree bark. It's like they've got built-in camouflage, making them nearly invisible in their rainforest habitat. One moment they're there, and the next, bam, they're blending into the background. It's their ultimate stealth move, perfect for avoiding predators and surprising unsuspecting insects. If you think of them as rainforest spies, you wouldn't be far off. Despite their small size, pygmy marmosets are surprisingly resilient. They have a rapid heartbeat of about 230 beats per minute, which helps them stay energetic and agile. It's like having a tiny, high-speed engine inside their little bodies. They can live up to 12 years in captivity, though their lifespan in the wild is shorter. These little guys are like tiny powerhouses, always on the move and full of energy. Keeping pygmy marmosets as pets requires an exceptionally high level of expertise and should not be undertaken lightly. These tiny primates have complex social, dietary, and environmental needs that are extremely challenging to meet in captivity. Their care demands specialized knowledge in primate behavior, nutrition, and veterinary care that goes far beyond typical pet ownership. Potential owners must be prepared for a significant time commitment, substantial financial investment, and the responsibility of providing a suitable environment for multiple animals. Many jurisdictions have strict regulations or outright bans on keeping primates as pets due to welfare concerns and potential public health risks. It's crucial to understand that even with the best intentions and resources, captive environments can rarely fully replicate the richness of their natural rainforest habitat or the complexity of their social structures in the wild. The ethical implications of keeping these intelligent social creatures as pets are considerable. For these reasons, pygmy marmosets are generally not recommended as pets for private individuals. Their complex needs are best met by accredited zoos, sanctuaries, or highly specialized facilities with teams of experienced professionals dedicated to their care. Anyone considering exotic pet ownership should thoroughly research legal requirements, ethical considerations, and the extensive commitments involved in providing appropriate lifelong care for these remarkable animals. Stay tuned for the next video. If you are looking for a feathered friend that's easier to care for than a primate, meet the zebra finch. These charming little songbirds are like the low-maintenance rock stars of the pet bird world. You may be surprised where they learn their songs from. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pygmy marmosets, give us a thumbs up and share your favorite monkey facts in the comments. What amazed you the most about these tiny adventurers? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our next adventure into the wild world of amazing animals. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.